And we're live. I'm just over here doing stupid stuff with my eyebrows. Hello, everybody. We're live, 4 o'clock. Welcome, Master Spas, East Coast time, 4 p.m. live. Can I get a sound check, please? My mother on there first. Hey, Mama, love you. 2 people, sound check, please. Where are you watching from? All right, so my wife and my mom are on there first. I love you guys. That's awesome. Very cool. Hello, Patty. All right. Brian, thank you. Sound is good. Beth, thank you. Now, Beth, who was on here amongst the beginning, also just texted me to ask where I was because she forgot about the live. So, all right. Brian, North Carolina, sounds good. Debbie. Lucy, your house, in a non-creepy way. Okay, Lucy is waiting at my house. All right. See, we got awesome support. We do have awesome support. And Lucy. Lincoln, Nebraska, awesome. Awesome. Northern Kentucky, very cool, guys. Very cool. So today's topic, we're still going to let people hop on here. Kayla, how are you? Kayla, we couldn't help but notice you got a chili goat at your house. That is fantastic. And we're going to talk about swim spas today, obviously, primarily, but we're all going to also mention the new chili goat because we learned a lot last week. Really fun. So good stuff in Wisconsin. Mary and I were in Wisconsin at the CrossFit Games for the entire week, and it was a very impressive group of people. So let's see. All right. Lori, how are you? All right. So 12, that's light. 12 people on there. They're going to come on later. So San Diego, Patricia, awesome. That's fun. Beth and I were just there in February. All right. I'm excited. I've been dying to start using it. Kayla, if you haven't been in it yet, we're going to go ahead and need that first time on video.
I think she's tried it, though. I think she's tried it before.
Okay, good.
I think. I know.
Mary says you tried it. All right, very good. So for all of you who don't know, the Chili Goat is our new cold immersion tub. So it's cold water instead of hot water. And as you know, Mary and I don't do cold water.
But we did.
And now we do. We do cold water, and I'll get into that and share my experiences because I did not think I was going to really enjoy it very much. And there is a little bit of hype built around it. Turns out it's not hype, it's legit. All right. Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Did you watch the Joe Skipper YouTube video?
We've seen a lot of the stuff on it now.
I don't know. Is that on the cold?
Yeah. Oh. Joe Rogan does a big cold thing.
So I didn't. All right. Ben, your video doing it, it was the calmest and quietest I've ever seen you. So.
Who said that?
Kayla.
Yeah,
so, Kayla, I come out of there like a teddy bear. So calm.
Who said? Oh, Ben
today,
Hoffman.
So Kayla, today we were talking to Ben Hoffman because he just got his. And I told him that I came out of there and I was so calm and relaxed afterwards, and he was laughing. He was like, I don't believe it. I'll believe it when I see it because I'm always a pain in the ass. I come out of there like a teddy bear. True story. And I don't even understand why, but it's unbelievable.
It took me a good 30 seconds to get calm.
I thought Mary was going to burst into tears.
I almost did.
I thought Mary was going to start crying. She, if you watch the video of Mary in the cold tub, she looks like she's... The lip was quivering, the whole thing, like an infant, getting ready to just burst into tears.
And then my lips turned blue.
And then her lips turned blue in 11 seconds, all the way blue, and I was actually nervous for a second. It happened so fast. So it was really funny. Okay, anyway, 19 people from all over. If you're just jumping on, let us know where you're watching from. We always love to hear that. It's so cool. Comment, ask questions. So today what are we talking about? How to pick the right swim spot.
Yeah.
So you've heard us say dozens of times, there's a seat for every butt. So we're going to go into this today, and we're going to talk about which swim spot is right for you. We'll tell some stories, and then we'll go from there. let's take the financial aspect out of it on just picking, you know, if the world were perfect, which one would be the right one for you? Let's start with that, and then there's always, you know, you can always touch on, you know, the financial aspect, because obviously that's always going to have an impact as well. Okay, Martin, I forgot about you. We were so busy last week, I forgot. Martin, I'm sorry. We will get that done. I know where you're watching from, brother. Okay, Rusty Houston, let's see. Philip, hello from El Paso. Question, I was in my swim spot and I slipped. How can I prevent it?
Water shoes.
Water shoes or soft tread. Drain it and put the soft tread in there, which you should be able to upgrade to that if you don't have it. If memory serves me correctly, you're the El Paso Michael Phelps that had 11-year-old water. Your story is going around like wildfire, sir. And 11 years ago, we did not have soft tread, so I would guarantee you, or 12 years ago, I guarantee you don't have it, and it is awesome. So you can actually see Mary's feet on it.
Yeah.
It's on all the steps,
and it gives you some non-slip.
It's fantastic. Sure. It's fantastic. So, okay. So, Mary, do you want to start or do you want me to start? You're just totally chilled out over there.
I am, yeah.
So this has been a big week. We spent the week at CrossFit Games last week. And
we drank the Kool-Aid.
We drank the Kool-Aid, totally. We are already signed up and training in CrossFit, which I never thought I would do. You know what? I never thought I would get my car back. I never thought that I would be doing cold water immersion. I never thought that I would be a CrossFitter. And all of those things happened this week. So it's been a lot of fun.
Oh, boy.
Mary's totally whooped over there. So we've gotten our butts kicked the last 2 days. And it's pretty awesome. So watching these... We're in Wisconsin, CrossFit Games. That's like the Olympics for CrossFit. And the bodies coming around, the athletes are so fit, so powerful and strong. It's different from bodybuilders.
And different from Ironman.
Yeah, different from Ironman, different from bodybuilding. So it was really, really special to see, and we feel lucky to have been there. It's a great connection between Master Spas and the Chili Goat and CrossFitters. And in functional exercise, honestly, and not to mention just general life, but it was really special to see. So we came home, and we actually know a CrossFit gym owner, and we went down there, and he, you know, teased us, and then we signed up immediately first day. So we've done 2 days, and we're pretty beat up. So Mary's over there just chilling out. So I'll start. Anyway, that was a long way to say I'll start. Okay, picking the right swim spot. The speed and the size are always going to be the two factors. When I say speed, I mean swimming. Okay, so most important thing for picking a swim spot is the swim capability first. That's the very first question that either a salesperson should ask you or you should ask yourself. Okay, and it's okay. We have Master Spas is a massive company, and we've done our best to train every salesperson so they're really well versed on the swim spas and how to pick the right one for someone and how to help. It's not perfect, guys. Our reach is huge. You're talking about a lot of salespeople, so we are trying. But the most of the folks out there, you should find to be really knowledgeable. We have succeeded in that. All of our content is out there. They've all watched this stuff. So, you know, it's just like anything else. Sometimes you're dealing with a 10, sometimes they might be a 5. So let's teach you how to know what you're doing, and then we'll go from there. And we're teaching them as well. So, and that being said, most of them are really outrageously awesome and knowledgeable. So now, how do I know when it's the right time to winterize it? I don't want to damage it. Philip, I don't think you should winterize it, so I'm not a fan of that. How will you know? When you think you're ready. You had a water in there for 11 years. I'm not sure what to tell you, dude. I've never heard anything like that. If you didn't winterize it over the course of 11 years, I don't even understand that whole situation with not a water change in 11 years. It's actually a shocking story. So I would tell you, winterize it when it's too cold. You don't want to use it anymore for the year, okay? So, okay, now, how to pick the swim spa. Basically, swim speed comes first. I'll give you an example. My mother has a Therapool D, which we should do a live over there sometime again soon.
Yeah, we should.
So my mother has a Therapool D. It's awesome. I love that swim spa. And we raced Ironman. You're not swimming in that swim spa. It's not long enough, but it's awesome. It's so cool. And I'll tell you what, I'm sure my mother will comment how much they love it. They're in there once, sometimes twice a day.
But your
love
mom,
it.
specifically didn't want to swim.
Absolutely.
So
that's what I'm saying.
So that was...
So if you guys recall, we did a Facebook Live a year ago. I don't know when. I have no concept of time.
Probably longer.
I'm like a dog like that. So I don't think it was longer than that.
Maybe not.
Because she got the swim spot in the very end of November, beginning of December. So
okay.
So we did that Facebook Live on lower knee health. So now my mother, I was on my way home. She called and said, "Hey, Mr. Swim Spa guy, get me a swim spa." So I was laughing and I'm like, "What? Are you serious, Ma? What are you talking about?" She's like, "Get a swim spa. I want to do all that stuff you just did." So I'm like, "Okay, really?" And she's like, I'm serious. When do I ever joke about, go get this? Never. The answer is never. She doesn't joke like that. She jokes about other stuff, but not about. She would never say that and being funny. So she's like, "Go get a swim spa." I'm like, "Which one? There's 16 of them." She's like, "I don't know. I don't care. Get one." I'm like, "Oh my God, Ma." So I asked, this is the only thing I asked her, and she's probably laughing right now because we were hysterical during this conversation. It was so funny. I said, "Ma, do you ever want to put your face in the water and swim?" "No, I'm never doing that. Never." She was so fast, just like that. "No, never. I'm never swimming in there. I want to do all that stuff you guys just did. That's it. I want to exercise in there. I want to feel good. I want to exercise. I want to feel good." She said it 9 times till I got it, and I was sure that she was serious, and I believed what she was saying. So I'm like, simple, Therapool D. It's got the deep, so the Therapool D, she wants to do aquatic therapy rehab exercise. So 92 degrees, although I bet hers is a little bit warmer, and 92 degrees, that's the perfect temperature for aquatic rehab. Your muscles, ligaments, tendons are going to be most pliable. So, but now in the Therapool D, you still have that 60-inch overall height. So your water depth is that 4'3". It's deep and it's really awesome looking. The seats are awesome. There's jets all over the place. It's not the Therapool SE, the Therapool D. They are not the same. Okay, they don't have the same jets, don't have the same pumps. Nothing other than the length is the same and where the big seat is. So that's what we did for her. Perfect fit. She loves it. I somewhere on the phone that we're filming from, there's the text. Why didn't I do this sooner? Was the first day she got in there, and it was so much fun for us to read those texts. Now, pan to someone who was a competitive college swimmer, and they still want to swim, or they swim in masters, so they're swimming hard and they know how to, when we say catch, this is your catch phase, phase of the stroke. They're catching a lot of water and they're pulling a lot of water, so they're going to know how to swim. So a Therapool wouldn't be a good fit for them lengthwise. And then swim-wise, it's all about the swim speed first. So if they want to really swim and they're a really great swimmer, then you want to talk to them about probably Challenger or Michael Phelps. And the difference between those, no difference in quality, the difference is the speed. So, and you sort of need their help to determine which one is appropriate. We don't guess ever. Mary and I in particular, we never guess when making a recommendation. We basically make the person tell us, this is going to be good for me, and make them say it. So there's never any question afterwards. There have been scenarios where people afterwards maybe listened a little too much to the salesperson and then maybe got home and were like, "I wish this was a little faster," or "This is completely unnecessary to be this fast." So you want the right one, okay? So this is a Challenger that we're in. My house is a Challenger. I love the Challenger. I am not fast enough. I'm a weightlifter. I'm not fast enough to swim or require a Michael Phelps. It's so blisteringly fast that it's embarrassing to watch me swimming at full speed. It's embarrassing. It's the only word. Whereas the Challenger, I can get up to the top of it. Not the Challenger Pro. It's too fast. It's a beast too. It's not that far away from the Michael Phelps, the Challenger 18 Pro. So it's really just based on that speed. Once the speed is determined, what the individual or swimmer needs, then goes to the size, whether they want a dual temp, because there's lots of options in there. But there's a dual temp for every level. There's a Michael Phelps dual temp, there's a Challenger dual temp, there's a trainer dual temp, all different speeds, okay? So it's those are the factors, the swim speed, or if you even want to swim, like my mom, or and then space. So #1 most sold swim spa in the world. Mary, what is it?
Trainer 15D.
Not even a blink of an eye. It's so far ahead of every other swim spa on earth in sales and satisfaction. You can't go wrong with it. It's so awesome. And honestly, it swims fast enough for me. If I turn that about 75%, that's a good swim speed for me to swim for about a half hour straight without stopping. Although you do have to, at the 15-minute mark, you do need to turn the jets back on. They will time out on you because they are hot tub pumps in there, and it's a legality issue. Whereas the Challenger, you have, actually I'll show you. So you have the one panel right there, like you do on the Trainer 15D, and then you have this panel, that is the swim side control, which is the exercise panel, okay? Love our 15D, perfect for us average folks. Debbie, it's
Absolutely.
Not average. The Trainer
right.
15Ds, I'm sorry, kid, it's not average. That thing's a beast. And, it's number one for a reason. It always comes back to that one. It has to be just honestly the most perfect swim spa we have ever created.
It's the best bang for your buck.
And covers the most bases out of anything we've ever built. There's nothing average about it. It is, it has taken the world over for a very, very good reason. So nothing average about that. So I'm going to disagree with you on that one. All right, Deb? That thing's a beast. Challenger 19D, that's a lot of swim spa. That's a beast.
Awesome.
They're just awesome. And there's no difference in any of them from a quality perspective. But if you're into cars and you're never going to go to the racetrack, don't buy a race car. Just buy a fun car. It's the same thing. Get the one that belongs to you or for you, the one that was, built for your speed, and that's the one. And that's how you do it. Okay? So, and honestly, I could do a Trainer or a Challenger. Uncle Kevin really wanted me in a Challenger, so that's what we got. Okay, but I would love a Trainer 15 myself, so I'm just thrilled with that swim spa. Although the Challenger 15, they're almost identical. Okay, so the difference is the VSP pumps, the airless jets, the third pump. Okay, what is the water level, Tracy? What is the water level max in the therapy? I'm assuming Therapool D. It's the same as the Trainer 15D, the Challenger 19. It's at full 60-inch overall height, and your water depth is going to actually, you know what? I'm going to show you guys while we're talking about it. So if you look right there, this is our filter. So we're actually towards the bottom. Like this could stand another inch of water. We're about to top it off. It's about ready. But you have this range. But this water depth from here is about 4'3". Okay. So you could fill it up a little higher if you want, 4'4", 4'5", if you really wanted to do that. Sorry, I'm facing the wrong way. If you wanted to do that, you can do that. But figure about 4'3" is going to be a normal water height in all of our 60-inch models. Most companies don't divulge their water depth. They only give their overall height, and there is a reason for that. A lot of them are sort of cheating a little bit. They might have an overall height, but the floor is not as deep down, and it's because the ovens that they make the acrylic in are not deep enough to do that, okay? So, Tracy, I want to make sure I can stand. Oh, you can definitely stand. Tracy, can I ask how tall you are? I'll share Mary's first. Mary's 4'9.5", 4'10"?
Yeah, 4'10".
4'10", call her 4'10". She's 4'10", and Mary, would you stand up in here, please?
Stand up.
So Mary is 4'10". That's what it's going to look like.
My shoulders.
Yep, it's perfect. Okay. 5'6". Oh, Tracy, you're so perfect. Yeah. Don't worry about it. And that goes for any of them. All the water depth in our 60-inch models exactly the same. My Therapool 13 for non-swimmer works here in hot Arizona. Great for exercising and relax. Darla, I love that swim spa. It's so perfect. The Therapool 13 that's exactly what it's for. It's a mini pool. It's going to have some fun. It wasn't designed for swimming. You basically wanted a mini year-round pool situation that wasn't a pool, and you didn't have to deal with all the pool crap. Perfect. And there's nice space in there too. The floor space in the Therapool 13 is awesome. It's almost the same as the 15D. Okay, so yeah, absolutely awesome. What else? Tracy's 5'6". Want to make sure I can stand. We love our Challenger 19, our 15D. Swam nonstop for 90 minutes today. Free sunburn. Awesome. Yep. Yeah, I have to be a good boy and wear sunscreen and UV shirts. No more sunburns for me. All right, Kirk, what's up, buddy? Got to talk to Kirk last week quite a bit while setting up our booth. That was fun. Good to talk to you as always. All right, I think we're good on questions on there. Mary, would you like to add something? Let's switch. I'm gonna go sit down.
Yeah. So Ben touched a little bit on this, but if you're, the first question you want to ask yourself or a salesperson should always ask you is, do you want to be able to swim in the swim spa? And if so, how fast would you ideally want to be able to swim? So if you don't ever want to swim and you have some spacing restrictions, we have our TheraPool SE, which is a shallower version of the TheraPool, and it is 51 inches above the ground, and the water depth is probably about 3.5 feet deep. And then we have the deep version, and then we also have the TheraPool 13, which Ben just highlighted a bit. And that is not made for swimming. The current isn't strong enough to swim against unless you're doing something very, very easy, just kind of like treading water. But it is made for exercising and having fun and throwing some floats in for sure.
I feel like we put those by the ocean a lot.
Like
at beach houses.
Yep.
I feel like people use those as a pool option.
Oh, excuse me. Then we have I'm just looking at these questions really quickly. Our trainer series, you can really start to be able to swim in the trainer series, and in each trainer series you have the option for a shallow as well. So you have that 51 inch in the trainer 12, in the trainer 15, not in the trainer 18, but you do have the shallower version in the trainer 19, which if you're in, hot temperatures and you've got a view or something like that and you don't want such a deep model, then the 51 inch is perfect. You're about 3.5 feet of water, plenty obviously to swim and exercise and hang out and have fun. The trainer 12 is our smallest swimmable swim spa, as long as you're less than 6 feet or so, because it doesn't have a very large swimming area. So if you're a shorter person like me or even Ben, you can swim in the trainer 12 for sure. It has the same pumps that the trainer 15 has. It's just shorter and shallower. And the trainer 12 only comes in that 51 inch. So we have, that is a very popular swim spa because it's a nice compact unit. You're still able to swim in it for most people. It has, great jets in the back. It has the strong, powerful pumps that you can swim in with the VSPs. Not the VSPs.
I feel like that's slight, because it's a shorter swim spa with less water. I feel like the swim jets are a little more potent than the Trainer 15D.
Yeah.
So when you turn a Trainer 12 all the way up, it's moving some water.
Yeah, for sure. And one thing that's really nice about Master Spas, each line, you really don't need a tether, and we don't really encourage a tether to swim against the current because it is strong enough. And if you are in the right swim spa for you, then the current should be plenty strong to stay in that one place. It's a little weird getting used to it when you first get one, but once you do, the design of the swim spa with the curved sides creates a perfect sweet spot for staying in place while you're swimming, just like a treadmill for running. So it's really neat in that way. And then again, we have the Trainer 15, which comes in the shallow and the deep. And we have the Trainer 18, which is very similar to the 15, except a little bit longer. And you also have like a little shelf up in the front. We know some people who, use that for sitting or hanging out.
I would.
Sunbathing, etc.
This feels can I interrupt?
Yeah.
It feels super comfortable to just sitting.
Yeah,
I know. Now I know why you were so quiet, because it is awesome.
And the Trainer 18 only comes in the deep version. And then for the Trainer 19, all of our 19-foot swim spas have that dual temperature. So we have a lot of people who are looking for that dual temperature unit where you can keep your swim area cooler and your hot tub section hot like a normal hot tub. And that's what that 19-foot swim spa is available for. And we have that 19 in a trainer, in a challenger, and in the Michael Phelps. And in the trainer, you can get it either in the shallow, which is the 51-inch, or in the deep as well. So if you want that dual temp, but you don't feel like you need the depth of the water, you have the option to have the shallow. The challengers and the Michael Phelps are all deep. So they're all that 60-inch with that 4.25 feet of water. So lots of options. And, you know, if you have questions about which swim spa is right for you specifically, please feel free to ask. And, but you can, a salesperson through your own dealer, your local dealer, should be able to help you with that as well. Darla, so we recommend in Arizona, or those hot temps for keeping the water cool, to roll up a towel or put a noodle underneath a cover so that you're kind of leaving the cover open a bit at night, so that you can let some of that heat out and some of the cool air in. And that seems to have worked for most people. So just kind of open up your cover a little bit with a rolled up towel, or like I said, a pool noodle or something to lift your cover up a bit when the rest of the cover is closed, and let that cool air in. And that seems to work really well for people. Adding ice also is a possibility. So if anyone has any questions about which swim spa is right for you, please come on and ask them. Like Ben said earlier, we have 16 different models. We believe that we've got a seat for every butt. And yeah, we've got a lot of people who have been saying that heat creep is creeping up there, Darla. So try that. Yeah. And it's been, this year has been so hot. So try that. Maybe even add some ice and then do that to help with that. But hopefully that will work for you. The sail shades also work really well. There's an awesome blog on our Master Spas page that talks about those. We have a lot of customers who have put those in, and that has really helped, because then the sun is not directly on the water heating it up all the time. There is no local dealer in my area. How do I find one for more info? Tracy, there is a local dealer. I think they will, if you go to Master Spa's website, there is a dealer locator right at the top of the page, masterspas.com. And if you click on that and put in your zip code, it will direct you to the closest dealer to you. And that dealer is going to cover your territory. So Master Spas has it so that it will direct you to the closest dealer to you. And even if it doesn't seem like it's that close, most likely that dealer covers your area, services your area, delivers your area. And Kayla just put a link there. So if you click on that link, it'll bring you to the dealer locator directly.
She must have those links like in a holster.
She does, she must.
Like she's like a quick draw with the links.
Always amazing. Always amazing. Okay, next question is from Kim. Which swim spa would be ideal for Captain? So Captain wants to come up here.
I hear you.
There he is.
I don't know why he hasn't been coming up.
There he comes.
He was resting.
Any swim spa that is cooler than the one that we're in would be great for Captain. Okay, next question from Bruce. Four Corner Sail Shades has been a huge help here outside of Fort Worth. Yeah, we know. I mean, our Ben Squared, our triathletes who have them, both live in Tucson or in Arizona. They just they have the sun shades, and they work really well. I did not.
Almost.
They work really well to keep the water cool, to protect from sun burns also, and they actually look pretty nice. So
I love the way they look.
Yeah, they look awesome. And again, if you go on the masterspas.com hydrotherapy.com. There is a ideas and support. There's a blog there, and there's a really great blog about which ones to use, how to use them, and all of that. So also a great idea. So does anyone else have any questions about which swim spa is right for you? And just to give you a little bit of extra information here, the Michael Phelps Swim Spa is what is made for super aggressive swimming. We've estimated that it swims about a 55 second per 100 meter at the top speed. So if you or your kids or someone is a super aggressive competitive swimmer training for something specific, that is an option. The Michael Phelps has a propeller that creates the current, so it can get a lot more current flowing. The control panel adjusts the swim speed about 1% in 1% increments from 0 to 100. So at that 100, you're about a 55 per 100 meters. Then the Challenger, you have the Challenger Pro, which is about a 110 per 100 meters. That has the 3 pumps, with 2 being variable speed pumps, and they can range from 0 to 25 each one. And then you have your low and high speed pump, which is just for the swim area, and that also pushes a lot of water. So that's the Challenger Pro. And then the regular Challenger swims about 1 minute and 25 seconds per 100 meters. So if you know your swim speed in a pool, that can also help. If you don't know your swim speed in a pool, or you don't even know what I'm talking about, then the trainer or TheraPool is probably perfect for you. So that's, most people who don't swim in a pool or don't really know their swim time and all of that, then we have that TheraPool, which is not really made for swimming, or we have the trainer, which can be swum in, you can swim in it, and you can, it doesn't have to be super aggressive, but you can swim in it if you want it. And it swims about 1 minute and 50 seconds per 100 meters. So any other questions about choosing a swim spa that's right for you? And if not, we can chat a little bit about our new Chili Goat, which both Ben and I have used now, as much as I hate cold water. Although we do. For those that do not know, the difference between water air jets and water only for swimming. Good question. So the TheraPool is air injected jets. So they have air and water coming out of the jets, although they're not swim jets. So you wouldn't be swimming against them, but you do have air and water coming out of those jets. The trainer series are all air injected. So you have 2 pumps that you can swim against, and they are injected with air. Then you have the Challenger series, which are 3 pumps and no air. So there's no air injected into the current for the Challenger series. So it's a very clean, wide, deep current that you're swimming against in the Challenger. And that is true of all the Challengers and Challenger Pro. And then the Michael Phelps, it's a propeller, so it's not air injected. It's just the propeller that creates the current. So it's a little bit different than the pumps. So how would you describe your experience in the Chili Goat?
So, okay, I'm thrilled to share this because I don't like cold water. Honestly, I was not sure if I was a believer. And I mean, they talk about all these benefits, which on the inflammation reduction side, I obviously know that cold water is going to work for that. And contrast baths, hot and cold, whether you're using a sauna, whether you're using a hot tub, and then cold immersion therapy, contrast baths are not new. They've been around in the weightlifting world and athletic sports world for 75 years. Maybe it could be longer. I have no idea. Forever, a long time. So, but the mental end of it, I wasn't sure I bought that. I never wanted to get in cold water at all. You guys have been watching us for years on our lives, and if the swim spa is not 90, we're like, wanting to turn it up.
Especially me.
Right. So, I mean, me too. We want to be comfortable. Master Spas is in the business of hot water and always has been. So then this chili goat comes along, and I'm sitting here going, geez, I understand the market. I understand, that people want it. I understand the benefits and the inflammation reduction. But then we really start reading more about the benefits and the studies that have been done, and there's a lot of information out there, and it's compelling. So, but still, Mary and I do a great job of exercising, eating right, taking care of ourselves. So is that something that I need? I don't know. So that's where I was before I tried it. And going into the chili goat, I felt more anxiety mentally than I did of anything else. It's just like getting into that. It's a bucket of icy water. It's not really icy, but it
feels icy.
It might as well be. So we did the first one, we did at 52 degrees, and then we did 46 degrees, and then we did like 51-ish, 51, something like that. And it's just the way it worked out. But the first one was the hardest one, and that was the warmest temperature, and it took my breath away and like that. And then once it took 30, 40 seconds, once that settles down, then you're just sitting in cold water. And it's fine. You're totally fine, and you calm down. Heart rate settles. Everything calms down, and it's really amazing. It worked. And then when I got out, I felt, still had a little bit of shiver, but felt
actually that
amazing.
was almost worse than for me.
Right.
That was almost worse
Right.
than sitting in the cold. It took me several minutes to stop shivering. Violently.
And the color come back to her lips. We actually got some more swim spot questions.
Okay, cool.
Recommendations on outdoor roof cover. Sure what you mean.
The sunshades.
The sunshades?
Shades.
If we're talking about
really well.
blocking sun, I like the sail shades, and you can take them on and take them off and put them on. So that I like. As far as an outdoor roof cover, are you talking about a structure? Javier, we need a little bit more information. All right, Rusty, what is the purpose of having air injected in the current versus no air? Originally, all hot tubs and swim spas were air injected because years ago we honestly felt that it helped move the water more, and that's just the way that they're constructed, and the air is run to the jets, and it's just the way they've been built forever. And then when we started working on a performance model, we tried it without and added a third pump and got great performance out of it with no air injected. But the big thing was on a model that is for performance swimming, or even just really serious about the quality of swim, you can see through the bottom and keep your place. Swimming in a swim spa, the water chemistry needs to be really good so that you can recenter yourself each breath. So airless, and now you're moving more water with a third pump and their variable speed pump, so you can really dial it in. So it's just it benefits the quality of swim. The quality of swim is epic in the Challenger. I hope that answered your question. Javier said yes. To which part? I asked a couple of questions. So
I think he means like a structure.
if you're talking about a structure, that's a lot of question there. I like the sun sails. Javier, if you like the sunshades, they work awesome.
Yeah.
And if you want, let's say, depending on what you're doing, if you want to have a party and you want the sun, you can take them down. I love the sunshades. That's what I would do. So I would do sunshades, and you can do, multiple triangles, square shapes to make them look all groovy and different colors. They just really, really look neat. So I do love that. Tim Beal. Hi, Ben and Mary. Hello, Tim. Can you share what makes master spas, swim spas the best? Also tips for swim spa shoppers. That's a huge question. What makes master spas the best? Yes, we can share that. At a glance, I guess the short list from quality of components, no one does what we do. And I'll talk about like the stuff that maybe not is fun to talk about. So most options for different sizes, different speeds, different models. For master spas, obviously we're the largest manufacturer in the world by far. But let's talk about the construction quality. Every plumbing connection is, a barbed fitting, glue, and clamp. So you're not going to have, leaks. I mean, is there still going to be a possibility of a leak at some point down the road, or does one come off the line? Of course, they're not. They're made in Fort Wayne. They're not made in heaven. And there's I don't know how many it is, like 1,000 plumbing joints on each one. So that's a lot to get right. And they're right way more often than they're not.
But but Master Spas does a lot of things to help prevent
absolutely
leaking.
You know, the gaskets on the jets as opposed to caulk. Nobody does that. On the acrylic preparation and construction, the vinyl ester on the backside, the fiberglass back, the hand rolling to get the air bubbles out of there. We have seen other brands, 1-year-old tub, 3-year-old tub have a delamination and a crack in the corner because they're not doing all of those processes. So lots of people say they are, but then they have that stuff happen. I've never seen that. The only time I've ever seen a swim spa shell crack, I can tell you when. One was on an improper installation. They did it on gravel in the Northeast, and there was a massive amount of frost heave, and it was a long swim spa, and it cracked. So that's not any fault of manufacturing. That was put in, improperly. The next one was on a trailer that hit a bridge. Also, definitely not a problem with manufacturing process. It was that damn bridge someone put there. So, those two things, and then you see them crack. Otherwise, I haven't even seen it. And I've heard a couple from a dealer, here and there where the earth moved and it, once in a great while. But you're talking about the earth moving. You know what I mean? We're really doing a great job. So quality of construction, quality of swim, quality of the company. We're not going anywhere. Non-proprietary parts, best features ever. We are leading the industry. Every company that does something that we do, they do it because we did it first 3 years ago. That's what's the actual state of the industry. So I hope that answers your question, Tim. That question answer is this big on why Master Spas is the best, because there's so many reasons. American muscle, okay? We're not buying shells and frames and stuff, shipping them over from China and putting them together, saying, oh, we're built in America. We're built in Fort Wayne, Indiana, which, as a point of interest, when Master Spas came to be, they bought Fort Wayne Pools, which was from the, 50s or 60s. In 1996, Master Spas buys Fort Wayne Pools out, Uncle Bob, and then now there's 9 buildings or something. There's I think there's 8 buildings on that street. We own practically the whole street. It's all Master Spas. That's that kind of growth, customer support, quality of build, just the whole thing is just, it's crazy. I had someone refer to Master Spa's swim spa program as the juggernaut. And if he's listening, he knows who he is. And this person in particular was not always a Master Spa's dealer, and he said he just could no longer deny the Master Spa's swim spa program, and it's the juggernaut. We just really do a great job. So I hope that answers your question, Tim, without rambling too much. I probably rambled too much.
Do we have any questions?
Do we have any questions?
Because that's probably
42.
a good place to end.
Sun sales, that's it. We're good. Okay. All right, everybody. If you have questions, hop on there, and we're always available. And if you want to ask us something directly, send the message into Master Spas, and on the top, just put, please, send on to, or, flag for Ben and Mary, and then they're awesome. They'll always send it over to us, and then you'll hear from us directly, okay?
And we will be back in 2 weeks on August 23rd.
23rd.
We will see you all then. Thanks, guys. Have a great night.
Enjoy. Thanks, everybody.